Let's talk about Portuguese evenings. Now, I don't know if you can tell, but I am not, in fact, Portuguese. My name is Caitlin, I'm American, and I have been living in Portugal for about a year and a half now. I think the hours we keep are such an interesting part of the differences in cultures. Before moving here, I'd spent a lot of time in Spain, and while I know these are different countries, different cultures, different languages, blah, 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 I also know that there are a lot of similarities in many ways. But something that I wasn't ready to, and was hoping wouldn't happen was the, 9:30, 10, 10:30 p.m. dinners that the Spanish have. And really interestingly, the Portuguese absolutely do not eat that late. I would say a typical Portuguese person has dinner around 7:30, 8 p.m. That's when, if you go out to the restaurants, they are pretty full. And that's not that much different from how a US person might have their evening times lined up. So you might expect then that the rest of the evening would follow a typical American schedule, but it doesn't. My Portuguese friend described the time between when the Portuguese finish dinner to when they go on to their next evening activity as the time when his friends are sitting around scratching their balls. And I believe it. They're not doing much of anything. They might go for a walk if they're older. They might be sitting where they were having dinner if they're at a restaurant, sipping on one more coffee or one more moscatel, or just sitting around chatting, maybe standing outside having a cigarette. But then they'll go out between about 11 p.m. and midnight. They'll all head out to the bars. And staying out until 2 is pretty standard. You'll see young kids around 12, 1 a.m. for sure on the weekends. And then staying out until 3 or 4 or 5 is not out of the ordinary. And there are pretty standard bars and shitty clubs that stay open until sunrise. That is just not that abnormal a thing to do.